Just in, Obasanjo rubbishes Tinubu'S government, says Nigeria is failing, status confirmed order Emilokan. And now to the news info. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has taken a swipe at President Bola Tinubu, describing Nigeria's current state under his leadership as glaringly indicative of failure and lamenting the nation's struggles with corruption and mismanagement. In a statement issued by his media aide, Kehinde Akinyemi, Obasanjo made these remarks during his keynote address at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum held at Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut, USA. As the world can see and understand, Nigeria's situation is bad, Obasanjo said, referring to Tinubu's administration. He added, the failing state status of Nigeria is confirmed and glaringly indicated and manifested for every honest person to see. In his speech titled Leadership Failure and State Capture in Nigeria, the former president attributed the nation's challenges to pervasive corruption and a lack of competent leadership, he said. The more the immorality and corruption of a nation, the more the nation sinks into chaos, insecurity, conflict, discord, division, disunity, depression, youth restiveness, confusion, violence, and underdevelopment. That is the situation mostly in Nigeria in the reign of Baba Goslow and Emilokan. Obasanjo also referenced Chinua Achebe's seminal 1983 work, The Trouble with Nigeria, agreeing with the assertion that the country's core issues lies in leadership failure. He remarked, the trouble with Nigeria is simply and squarely a failure of leadership. True, because Nigeria would have been a very, very good place to stay. If it's not our politicians, and everything still all boils down, and it started from all these people, including Obasanjo. If we have our politicians do well and do right by us, Nigeria will be a better place to stay. And everybody abroad will come back home because Nigeria will actually be working. If our country wants to work, it all depends on our politician. It depends on our leadership. Really. There is nothing basically wrong with the Nigerian character. The Nigerian problem is the unwillingness or inability of his leader to rise to his responsibility, to the challenge of personal example, which are the hallmarks of true leadership. He contrasted Achebe's moderate critique with more severe analysis by American scholars including Robert Brosberg and former U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, John Campbell, who described Nigeria as a fully failed state of critical geopolitical concerns. Drawing from definitions by the World Bank and Transparency International, Obasanjo elaborated on the concept of state capture, which he described as a form of corruption where powerful individuals manipulate a nation's policies, economy, and resources for personal gain. He cited examples of how public institutions in Nigeria are being exploited by political elites to the detriment of the nation's development. State capture can seriously affect economic development, regulatory equality, the provision of public services, quality of education and health services, infrastructure decisions, and even the environment and public health, he warned. Reflecting on Chinua Achebe's legacy, Obasanjo described the renowned author as a great and distinguished Nigerian whose works and values continue to resonate. The former president's critique has once again sparked conversation about Nigeria's leadership challenges and the need for a transformative approach to governance. We really need a transformative approach to governance. We really need our president, our governors, these people in power to do better. If they can actually do better, then Nigeria will be a better place to stay. Our problems are our politicians, really. Every other thing will work well. And that corruption, indeed, it has eaten down to even our communities, our citizens. So we really need to change our mentality. Even if we want to make Nigeria better, we need to start from our house. Some people are very corrupt, even more corrupt than politicians. If they get into place of power, the things that they will do, and you will not believe it. So corruption has really eaten deep into our country that we need to really change. Everybody needs to change before even our politicians change to make our country a better place. Chikezi Ozoemenam says some people or many Yorubas are hailing him even when they go to bed hungry. Is it not foolishness? Because he's a Yoruba man, whatever he does is good. Now our brother, no Igbo man can tolerate such nonsense. And that is why they say Igbos are not one. If Tinubu is from Southeast, Igbos will be the first to condemn his actions. Don't bring tribalism into this, please. My there's no political elite since 1999 and up to this day have ever agreed to come forward to remedy the falling economic situation and mass unemployment before insecurity. A situation crept in after these two situations were not addressed by Obasanjo's administration, despite the facts are there to go to NBS records. Obasanjo's administration had oil boom and blew the oil boom revenue checks. Edith Edin said, that is the consequences of continuity of unplanned democracy, faulty foundation structures you started in 1999, with same greediness, impunity, corruption, nonchalant attitude. Because where is Bakassi Peninsula oil-rich region belongs to Calabar. You took over leadership from General Abdulsalam in 1999. Where is Bakassi Peninsula today? Who sold away Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon without pity on humanity and innocent poor Bakassi people? You sacked them out with their innocent children, elderly fathers and mothers. Govt Peter says greed, corruption and incompetence is the order of the day. I'm telling you. Nigerians will suffer more and more hardship in Tinubu's hand because he has no knowledge of what he's doing. This is the worst incompetent leader of our time, I'm telling you. We've never had it this worse in our country, and it seems as if it's not even going to get any better. Because this person is like, he's not seeing the pains of Nigeria, or he's actually seeing it, and he's very, very okay with it. He's not concerned, he's less concerned. He doesn't care about whatever it is that anybody is going through. He's not concerned though, as long as he's fine, his families are fine, everything is going well for him. He doesn't bother about Nigerians. He's not bothered. Govt Peter says, why are our president making noise too much now? Does it mean Tinubu touch his oil well? Who knows? Adetoye Tunde says, Emilokan to Yahweh, no be your footsteps they are following, Abi? It is well. Emilokan says, as usual, I am the jest alive, no shame, master of juvenile envy. Abiodun Justice says, I will listen after the or die election and after you tell everyone who killed Bola Ige. It is well. It is well, because even people are not taking Obasanjo seriously. Joy Ogade says, at a time like this, you will know an illiterate ones. Illiterate Yorubas will rather die protecting their God Tinubu than to say the truth. Mind you, Nigeria is a motor park. Nigeria is a zoo. Zoo, that is what they call it. Chijioke Onwumere says, Nigeria has turned upside down in just 1 year of tipping everything, rice, yam, beans, pure water. If this criminal come reach 4 years, what will then become of this country? I'm telling you, God forbid it. That is why we need to wisen up and make sure that this person doesn't get there come 2027. Everything we are going to do, how we are going to make sure that INEC does their job properly, this is what we should be after, because even if we don't vote for him, INEC will rig election for him. So we should be prepared for whatever it is that is going to happen in 2027 and say that enough is enough. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.